Ever happened with you that you prepared a content 100 times, practiced it again and again, yet when you start speaking in an important meeting or presentation, you start feeling nervous. Your mouth dries up, your voice starts trembling, and your leg starts shaking? If any of these things ever happened with you, then let me tell you, the challenge goes beyond skill sets. The challenge could be more about your mindset. And in today's video, we are going to learn three mindset syndromes which majority of the speakers goes through. So the first syndrome is perfect performance syndrome. One of my clients, he was in his mid 30 at a managerial level. He used to deliver speeches in front of his CEOs and all the important stakeholders of the company. And every time we used to do a session, he used to tell me, Sushant, I cannot go blank. Sushant, I have to be perfect. My flow of the speaking needs to be perfect. The vocabulary I'm using, he was speaking good English, he was fluent with it. But he said, I speak very basic vocabulary. I'll never be promoted to a VP position if I keep speaking like this. Now, when we worked with him, we realized that the challenge was more about his perception about perfection rather than actually being perfect. Let me tell you, public speaking is not about performance. Public speaking is not at all about perfection. It's rather more about connection. And when you are more focused on what you're speaking, your elegance, your fluency of words, your vocabulary to say, then you miss that connection, you miss that authenticity, you miss to be in the moment. I'm not saying that vocabulary is not important. I'm not saying that flow is not important. But whenever you start speaking, remember, we all have our own pace to grow it. We all have our own strategies to work on it. However, at the time when we are speaking, it's all about connection. So remember this mantra which I give to all the mentees who are inside Confident Orators Hub. The mantra is over prepare and go with the flow. I repeat, over prepare and then go with the flow. At the time you're speaking, just not think about your vocabulary or speaking or how am I speaking, how am I looking, just go with it, just connect, just be there. Your unconscious knows how to handle it. That's point one. Second syndrome which many people goes through is what if syndrome. Ever happened with you that you start speaking and all of a sudden you start having thoughts in your head? What if things go wrong? Oh, what if audience laugh at me? Oh, what if I forget the content? To all the what ifs in the world, there is only one solution. So what? So what if things go wrong? I know how to manage it. So what if audience laugh at me? They will hardly remember it for an hour or so and then they'll forget it. So what if things doesn't go perfectly? It need not to be perfect. It's okay. The moment you start saying, so what, you get an internal power within you. You get a new frame, a new perspective to manage a situation. So, to all the what ifs, replace it with, so what? That's point number two. Now, last but not the least, third and the very critical point is, I am not in expert syndrome. Ever happened that you delivered a presentation, somebody asked you a question which you don't know, and you start feeling guilty? You start giving manufactured responses rather than the actual response? Let me tell you, you don't need to do that. You don't need to feel guilt as well, because public speaking is not about knowing it all, it's rather about owning what you know. So if you don't know any answer, don't let it affect your confidence. Don't let it break your state of mind, break your confidence. That matters more, isn't it? So if you don't know any answer, you can speak elegantly and deny that. You might say a phrase like, that's a good question. There is nothing on top of my head. I'll get back to you. Now that's one phrase. Inside Confident Orators How we learn hundreds of such phrases. In fact, I train people that how to be in their peak performance mindset and avoid all the syndromes. So if you want to join Confident Orators Hub, then comment below confidence and we will connect. But for now, remember that speaking is more about your fluency. It's more about being in that moment, naturally connecting with people, rather than thinking about the perfection or what ifs or being an expert. So I hope you're going to keep it in mind. And if this video was a bulb on moment to you, then share it with all your friends or colleagues who can get values from this video. And I'll see you in the next video.